All right, hey guys, welcome back. This is the 10-week and final update on this test that we are doing on the channel. Apologies for the delay in updates. I've actually had some stuff going on, plus got really sick for about a week, so was unable to film. I did go out and do, the 8-week contact wash without filming, but yeah, didn't do a 9 weeks, I was too sick, and here we are at the 10-week. So the 4 products that we were testing are the Ethos Resist Graphene Hybrid Coating, 303 Graphene Nano Spray Coating, Turtle Wax Graphene Infused Flex Wax, and Bowden's own bead machine. So we applied these, like I said, 10 weeks ago. It has sat outside, this test panel, in the sun, in the rain. You can see it's actually quite dirty at the moment, very dusty. So every week or two, brought it back in and we've washed it. And yeah, we just wanted to see how these sort of last. So at the 10-week mark, we're not really expecting anything crazy, but we will give it its final wash and just see what's sort of happening with them. So let's grab our wash mitt and just quickly go over it. So it's actually, this test has been going during summer and it's been really hot. We've had a couple of little heat waves going on, lots of storms. So this panel and these products in particular have really copped it, really been tested out for the Queensland summer. So let's rinse this off. Just make sure we thoroughly rinse. Don't want to leave any residue behind. Okay, that should about do it. So with that water on there, let's just basically see what happens, see if there's anything left on any of the products. So we have here Bowden's own, Turtle Wax, 303 and Ethos. So we did have some sheeting going on with the Bowdens still while I was rinsing, which you can see there. The Turtle Wax also just a little bit slower, so you can see both of them there. So Bowden's over here, and that basically still sheeting off really nicely. So the clear area where it's applied, a little bit more affected down in this little section here, it looks like. But things basically completely dried. The Turtle Wax, it's doing something, so it's not gone, it's not flat like these sort of control sections here in between the products. Same with the 303, but yeah, not great. Definitely not something that I'll be happy with. I'll be reapplying at that stage. So that's what we wanted to get to in this series. We wanted to get to the point where we have a clear winner, which, as you can see, that Bowden section is dry, that has sheeted off. So yeah, this Turtle Wax, it's doing something. It's still going to dry eventually. Same with this 303 by the looks of it. We also are slowly getting a sheet from the top, but those are basically not good enough. At the 10-week stage, a little bit sooner even, I would have probably reapplied or just put a topper on them. The Ethos is completely gone. So we'll give it a couple of taps, try and get it started with the sheeting. Yeah, it's just not really doing much. So yeah, that's basically what we got to. I want to just give these a couple of minutes to sheet off completely. Actually no, it'll be fine. What I'll do is we'll grab this hose, I'm just going to put it onto a mist function. Just 1 second. So I've got this little section here that's dry for the turtle wax and for the Bowdens, just so we can look at what the beads were like. So this Bowden's own bead machine, you can see it's still beading up really nicely. So we've got some sections, like I said, over here particularly where it seems to have taken a bit more of a hit. But overall, hopefully you guys can actually see that. Let me just check the camera. Yeah, still beading up pretty nicely. The turtle wax has definitely taken more of a hit, but still there compared to some of the base sections. This is the 303, also still there. Some of the UV protectant might be working. It's just what you can visually see as far as product being on the panel. It doesn't really seem to be doing much, and that's kind of all I can really judge it on, especially, you know, start to finish. We've been able to watch the difference as it happened, and yeah, the Ethos is just completely dead. So that's a bit of a disappointment, that product. But yeah, so as you can see, the Bowden still looks pretty good at 10 weeks. Just gonna hold the mist on there, build up some larger beads down the back, let go, watch how easy that water disappears. Not as fast as it has been, but you can see that's still pretty decent. And yeah, some of these beads still looking really nice. Turtle wax, do the same thing. So slowly sheeting away. And yeah, the sort of larger beads, if you compare, these are picked up nice round beads still. These are not so nice. So yeah, not really much to look at with the 303. If I'm honest, it's still doing something. It didn't have the nicest beads or sheeting from the start, if I'm honest. That's not really seems to be its thing. But it's still there somewhat. But yeah, like I said, 10 weeks, I would have reapplied it. I wouldn't have given it a second chance because it just didn't last long enough in my mind, but I would have reapplied or put a topper or something on at around the 4 to 5 week mark. So yeah, there we go. What I'll do now is I'm just gonna go quickly sit down and give my final thoughts on these 4 products. So yeah, let's do that now. All right guys, so I'm just gonna wrap up and give my final thoughts on these products, and just personally, would I use them again? Would I recommend them? But you guys can make your own calls from watching this series. But I'm gonna say it's quite obvious we have a clear winner again in Bowden's own bead machine. This is the 3rd time this one has come through with a win in one of these series. Firstly was against the Bowden's range of products, so obviously it's their top product, it was gonna win that. But then we put it up against some, that was the ceramic versions and a few others. So we had CarPro Reload, Maguire's Hybrid Ceramic Wax, Mother's CMX, NV Jet, and I think there was one other one there. But yeah, either way, it won that. At about 4-month mark, we had failure from all of them except for the Bowden's, which was clearly on its way out. That's why this one we ended a little bit earlier, because we know this one will last to the 3 months, looking about how it did, and then go on for a little bit longer as it starts to fail. So it's moved through so far the 2 tests, and then we put it up against these 3, this time against some graphene products. And again, it's come through with the win. It's quite clear it was the best, basically from the start. And another reason it clearly wins is the price. So it was $33, that's the retail price. You can get it, you know, this is at your Repco, Autobarn, Super Cheap Auto, and similar. You can get it constantly on sale for around 30% off. But it's $33 full price for 500 mils. And so far I'm getting around 4 months out of it, and that's the panel sitting outside. Obviously on like sort of, you know, your side skirts on your car of a daily driver, it's not gonna last that long, but on your bonnet, your roof, your boot, the upper areas of your car, if you are daily driving it and parking in the garage of a night, you're gonna get over 4 months, I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm gonna say good 3 months easy at the worst for worst. You can throw it at for that product, which is the best we've got so far. So yeah, definitely a winner. It's going to go forward into another test in the future. We just do have a different test that will be coming up next that isn't going to involve sealants. But when we come back to testing sealants against each other, it's going to move forward again. I'm going to say the next place, easily in second, is the turtle wax. Now, I wouldn't recommend this stuff. I didn't like the application process. It wasn't a very nice product to apply. It's also not a cheap product. So in Australia, that's $70 for that bottle, which is 680 mils. That is more than twice the price, and it's not twice the amount of product. It's 500 mils versus 680. So it's double the price. It's definitely harder to apply. It's a lot trickier to wipe down, and it doesn't last as long. So it's better than that's the other one that I left out of the last test, was the Turtle Wax hybrid ceramic. It's definitely better than that product. It's lasted a lot better for me. Not as easy to apply, and it's more expensive, but if you want to use the Turtle Wax product, again, Seal and Shine, way better than their two newer products. It is great. I will put it in a test eventually. But yeah, not really too impressed with that Turtle Wax. Next is the 303. That's going to come in third place. And it also is a pretty expensive product. It's $50 for a 709 ml, so it's the biggest bottle. But it didn't impress me, considering they're claiming that 1 year. The other claims they're making are the gloss and depth. Well, the panel itself was polished, so they all had really good gloss and depth before the products were even applied. I couldn't see any clear difference. It definitely wasn't a slick product. The two sort of slicker from memory. I'm not going to go back and watch the first video to compare, but I remember the Bowdens being very slick. The Turtle Wax was very slick, and the Ethos was up there as well, I believe, but the 303 was a bit more of a grabby product. So yeah, it doesn't really have much going for it in my mind. It says extreme hydrophobic protection. It does not have extreme hydrophobic at all. It was never from the start. And even in other tests that I've watched, they've said that it's not a very hydrophobic product, which is fine, but the fact that they're claiming the extreme hydrophobic protection doesn't quite ring true. Water spotting, we didn't have any issue with any water spotting on this panel, so I can't really confirm. And last in the test is the Ethos, which, yeah, I kind of hyped up at the start, I'll admit. I was thinking it was going to be my kind of one of my go-tos, along with Bead Machine, for an easy to apply sealant that you get good protection out of. But unfortunately, its claim of 6 months protection just didn't ring true for me. Now, a few people are saying that they get much better results than I had, which, yeah, I'm not going to argue, you probably did. Maybe I got a faulty batch. I definitely applied it as per directions, so that's all it can be down to. But a lot of people who say, oh, I had way better than you did when I use say this product, and then the next time I use this product, but unless you're sort of comparing them all at once, it is harder to tell. So that's all I can say is I put these on all four at the same time, and we watched as they all lasted. The Ethos just didn't. It just from the start, maybe 2 to 3, 2 weeks pretty much, it was already starting to go. Pretty disappointing to me, but I'm not going to rule out using Ethos stuff in the future. I know they have a lot of good products from what I've seen, just this one for me, not so much. But the price for that one, I bought, as you can see, this small little 236ml bottle, which I'm glad I did, because I'm not really going to be using much more of this in the future. And if I had bought the larger bottle, it would have just been a waste of my money. So that was 236ml, and it is $40. I could have also bought the 473ml for $65. So it's the most expensive product here in, yeah, if you compare like the size of the bottle to the price. So pretty much out of all of these, the only one I will personally use again on a car that I want to get some protection out of is going to be the Bead Machine. I may do more videos with these in the future. Maybe I'll layer them, maybe I'll see what I do. Not going to go bin them or anything, because I'm sure I've paid good money for all these. As you can see, this one, $70, $50, $40. And the Bowdens I bought quite a few, like 9 months ago, I guess, for $33. So, yeah, not really too pleased with any of them, but they're not going in the bin or anything. If you guys have any future videos you'd like to see, if you want to see me layer, there's certain things that you can do to make these work better, maybe we'll try it out. But yeah, for now, that's going to be the end of this test. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Moving forward, we actually have our next test coming up. So sticking with a couple of these same products, our same brands, we're moving away from the spray sealants and we're going to some waxes. So if you guys watched the last video, you would have seen me sort of talk about what the next test is going to be. But this is what we have. We have some paste waxes to try out. So we have two of these brands that are continuing forwards. We have Bowden's paste wax, which is called Butte Beads. Turtle wax, it wasn't easy to get this one. I think they've since re-released it, but when I bought it, I kind of had to pay a good amount of money for this one. But it was their 75-year special anniversary, product. So it's got all the buzzwords: ceramic plus graphene paste wax. So yeah, I think this one is actually coming out now, available to buy again. And yeah, we have two more. So we also have Art to Shine, and it's their graphene obsidian wax. So we have three more. We have Colonite number 476, a little bit more of an old school one. This one saying it's lasting a full year. Old product that people swear by, so a bit cheaper. Keen to try this one. And lastly, we have the Geon wax, which I've had these all sort of sitting for a while now. I've been really keen to try them. I just wanted to get through some other tests first. So yeah, I'm actually, while I'm still in the garage, I'm actually about to start stripping off this panel of all the protection that is left from the products, going to compound it again. Not sure if I'll polish this time. I might just compound it. So there'll be some sort of fine swirls and stuff, and we'll see if any of these have any sort of filling, which one makes the paint look the best. And yeah, that's what we're going to do now. So but that's it for this test. That's what's coming up next. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. Definitely go down. Firstly, easy enough, click the like button. It does actually help videos get promoted more by YouTube's algorithm. More people that like them and comment on them, it actually does help it get shared more. So I would always appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed, definitely go down and click the subscribe button as well, as you'll be able to keep up to date with this upcoming test and any other videos that I do. And lastly, if you'd like to help me support the channel financially by buying these products, some of these I get sent out by companies, but most of them I buy them. So if you guys would like to help me out, any help would be appreciated, you can just head down, click the link down in the description, and you can go shout me a coffee or a beer. It's a $5 per beer. You can buy me as many or as few as you want. If you're not interested, that's fine. Just some people like to help out, which I do appreciate. So yeah, if you want to help the channel out, go down, click the link, you buy me a beer, a couple of beers, whatever you'd like. They're $5 each, and all that money I just put back into an account that I use to buy more products for the channel. But with all that said, that is going to be the end of this video. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, I will catch you later.